Get Heavy Podcast, hosted by Craig Casamas and John Scheimer.
I'm talking
Good.
faster Wi-Fi.
Oh, nice. That's good. Is it much? Can you see the difference?
My kids complain less.
There you go. That's nice. Yeah. Anything to help that. You know what I
I
mean?
mean, like, I don't know, like with Wi-Fi, I've always been like, there's always going to be issues. It's Wi-Fi,
Oh yeah.
you know. So the fact that there's no issues now, I guess. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. Well,
We
no.
shall see. But I'm double the speed.
Fucking double the speed, baby.
Double the fucking speed.
Fuck yeah, man. Well, what's going on, brother?
I mean, a whole lot, a whole lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. It feels like life is like, it feels like society is about to come back.
Yeah.
I don't
Has the
know.
vibe. It's got the vibe, baby.
I kind of like,
Ugh.
I,
Got
I,
chills,
uh,
sorry.
I worry about it. I don't know. I don't worry about it. I worry that I'm not ready for it.
Oh, really?
Just not even like in any way of like, oh, I'm grossed out by stuff, but just like the idea of being around tons of people again in like tons of situations. It's like, I don't know. I'm not
Yeah. It's with the
not
prospect
like
of things coming.
it's
You know
like
what I mean?
I mean and that's weird because I've totally survived and made a living in like crowds
Yeah.
with like lots of people. And I'm not, again, I don't think it's a thing where I'm like, oh my God, I'm never gonna want to be around this stuff.
Right.
But it's just like, oh shit. It's gonna take some easing in, you know.
Yeah, I think honestly, you're dealing with people every day at the restaurant. You're getting used to seeing people, this and that. By the time you get to, you go to the punk rock bowling, that'll pop your cherry real quick, dude. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? I hugged when we did the brunch. I hugged like 3 people, and that was like the
yeah,
first
yeah,
time in a long time I hugged people. You
yeah,
know what I mean? And
yeah,
I was, it is what it is. But
yeah,
it
yeah,
was nice, dude, and I like shook a couple people's hands.
yeah,
And
yeah,
did I immediately go do this after? Probably, yeah, I did. But it was at least nice, dude. I mean, I think
yeah,
honestly, like, I don't know, I might have like an emotional breakdown at the first show I play. I think, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
honestly, dude, like, I'm so excited to look towards the prospect of being able to fucking play a show again, man. Like, I
Yeah,
didn't realize how much it's been really eating me up.
yeah,
Taking this long of a break because of not my choice. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And I've really like over the last I was thinking about it. You know what I mean? And I've really over the last like couple months kind of really considered like how lucky I am to be able to play a show, to be in a town where people like your band, and it's you know what I mean. It's I don't have to struggle for fucking to find things. You know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff. And
right.
I felt like maybe in the last year or two of starting to play shows again with Tongue, like there's a little bit of I definitely felt like I took it for granted a little bit. You know what I mean? And just not being totally fucking stoked to be there and being annoyed when people act fucking weird. You know what I mean? And I
Yeah,
have a tendency to fucking not want to fucking deal with people jumping on my stage and do these things. You know what I mean? That like other people tolerate a lot, but it really started driving me fucking nuts. And
yeah,
I never want to come off angry, but I really felt like the last handful of shows, like I was a little angry. You know what I mean? In situations and things didn't go how they were supposed to go, and I never really felt like that playing music. And over the last like month or two, I've had to really like kind of check myself and realize that this is fucking cool to be able to do this. You know what I mean? And people like
yeah.
you or your band or you know what I mean even for what it is. And it's
No,
I have to
definitely.
really like I need to really really maintain that appreciative spirit. I think, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean gratitude. I mean gratitude is the key to longevity, I believe.
Yeah.
You know
I
what I
mean,
mean?
yeah.
Like if you just kind of are, especially when you're doing something cool and that you're really into on whatever level, just be grateful and thankful that you're able to do it.
Right. Yeah.
And
You
it's
know.
like it'll always be a great time, you know?
Yeah, for sure, man. I don't know what it is about me. I always attract weirdos. I don't know why my band like invites people to want to jump on stage and talk on, you know what I mean? Like in the middle of us playing. It
I mean,
only happens to me, it feels like. But and it used to like really fucking piss me off. Not that I really want it to happen anymore. I don't want to invite it, but I was so quick to be just like, get the fuck out of here, you know what I mean? And I don't know, people were drunk and you know what I mean, all this stuff, but it fucking drives you nuts sometimes, dude. And then, I thought about it. Our last show that we played, like it definitely didn't go how I wanted it to go. You know what I mean? Like just with set times and all these things. And I was like pretty pissed when I was, left. And I was like, dude, this is so frustrating, man. You know what I mean? Like, and I really I'm gonna have a real hard look at myself when we come back, man, and just really try to be super stoked and thankful. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you know, maybe I'm
Yeah.
getting more emotional in my old age, but
With that.
nothing
It's
wrong with
funny,
that.
like I think of this one time because with when you're talking about like people jumping up on stage, like with most of the bands I work with, I'm on stage when they play,
Right.
and I have to like do like crowd control of some capacity.
Mm-hmm.
And this one time, Strung Out was in Quebec City, Canada, which is northeast. It's not the most northeast you can go in Canada. You can go to like Newfoundland,
Yeah, it's up there though.
Nova Scotia area, shit like that, which we've been to before. But so we were in Quebec City, and okay, I might sound really crass right now.
Mm-hmm.
I might come across as like, I don't know how I'm gonna come across, but here we go. But Quebec City is just like, it's like French Canada. It's like French Canadian.
Right. Yeah.
Right? Like you straight just drive to France.
Right.
And I will say they're the most pushy and rude motherfuckers
I mean,
ever.
yeah.
And it's like so bad because it's like on brand. You know what I
With the
mean?
French.
It's just like, yeah, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's weird, right?
Okay, so this one show we played this show on this last tour we did with Casualties, and who else played? I think it was just us and the Casualties.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure that's what it was. The opener, a different opener. Anyways, so the show we're at, the green room is across the venue from the stage. So, and there's no like back way. There's like no back room, and this is a small spot. This is like, this is like if the garage had like 20-foot high ceilings. You know what I mean? It was a little more legit of a spot with like an
Mm-hmm.
actual stage. Maybe like twice the size of the garage.
Right.
I'll say. You know what I mean? Not a very big spot at all.
Mm-hmm.
But, and there's about 450 people there. Sold
Mm-hmm.
out show. Shit's crazy. So we have to go through the crowd. And fucking French Canadians are just so fucking pushy. So pushy. Just everything about them. Just like, they want to try on every shirt. They're covered in sweat and they want to try on every shirt before they buy it.
Oh my god.
You know what I mean? And you're
Yeah,
just
like,
like,
where are you, dude?
you're like, and they'd always ask like I'd be working the merch table sometimes, and they'd be like, yeah, I want that one. I'm like, all right, what size do you want? And they look at and they go, I don't know. What do you think? And I'm like, you've
Do
been
you
wearing.
not?
I'm like, you've been wearing t-shirts your whole fucking life.
I'm supposed to make a judgment call here.
How the fuck do you not like what kind of a question is that? That is legit like a thing. Like it's such a
Yeah.
thing that it happens so much that I'm bringing it up. Like
Right.
it happens so fucking much, that shit. Anyway, so this one show, we have to go from the green room to the stage, right? Through just like hundreds of drunk French Canadians that love strung out. Just pushy motherfuckers, whatever. We get up on stage, and then like we're like up on stage, and it's like in this back corner, super small area, like there's and like we're usually if there's room for people to jump on stage and jump off, hey look, whatever, you know what I mean? Like we're not the people like stay away from the gear. You know what I mean? Like, don't be a fucking idiot, But like the band handles it usually pretty well.
Right.
So this fucking one night there was this one guy, and like he legit like there was no room on this stage, and he fucking crowd surfed and stage dove like 40 fucking times. You know what I mean? Like annoying.
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Annoyingly over the top, and I'm just like, and it's like fucking like, and we're all just like stop, like just stop, fucking stop, and he's just like I'm sorry to my French Canadians, but that's my fucking best impression, and so anyways, this fucking dude, and I fucking keep trying to fucking grab, like he'd get up on stage. He'd step on the fucking pedals and shit.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Like,
of course.
I was fucking like, I was pissed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was pissed. It's hot. It's sweaty. We're in French Canada. I fucking hate it up there.
Yeah.
I hate it up there. It's like so fucking, like, it's beautiful, but I just fucking hate the fucking attitude up there.
Yeah.
It is so fucking annoying. Anyways,
it's wild, dude. Yeah.
Anyways, so, I'm trying to get this fucking dude. I'm trying to fucking grab him, just to be like, fucking stop, stop.
Is he like the only one doing it?
Like, at this point he's like fucking with me. You know what I mean? Because I'm trying to get him to stop, and he's trying to get on to fucking do it again. And it's like this small spot, and I'm just like fucking at this point. I'm just like watching him. I'm watching him from the fucking crowd. I mean, from the stage, and I'm just like, don't fucking get up here. Don't fucking get up here. Don't fucking get up here. And he fucking gets up again, jumps down, and I'm like, oh, fucking pissed. He's down on the, I think I'd actually grabbed him and got him like in like a headlock, and was like just like trying to fucking. I was just fucking annoyed at this point. I was like, this guy's fucking done, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I very rarely pull that fucking tour manager card of like, this guy's fucking out of here.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? So I'm like standing up there, and I'm just pissed. I'm just looking down. And he's just like, come on. And I'm like standing up on the fucking stage, and I just look back over at Jason, the singer, and I'm like, fuck it. And I jumped in the crowd. I fucking jump in the crowd, and I'm like, what's up, motherfucker? And I fucking push the guy, and he's like, oh
shit.
And then all of a sudden I realized I just picked on a fight with like 200 French Canadians.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like fucking drunk, strung out French Canadians.
Right.
And drunk, strung out fans of French Canadians. And fucking like, I'm just like, fuck, here we go. Let's see how this is going to turn out.
Yo, have you ever fought someone from the desert before, motherfucker?
Right as that happened, like Jason, the singer, jumped behind me. Rob, the guitar player, like jumped behind me. And then the people didn't know what to do. Then they were fighting the band.
Yeah, of course.
And I'm just like, what's up? And I fucking, and like everything chilled out. You know what I mean? Like once it got like that, it was like, oh, no.
Yeah.
No real punches were thrown, but I fucking got that dude fucking kicked out. And then like that fucking, I got the dude kicked out, and then like the whole night, just I had French Canadians just coming up to me, just be like, I'm just like,
fuck you. Yeah. No, it really, there's moments that people, they just try your patience, you know what I mean? And you can't, like, you really want to fucking drill them, you know what I mean? But then, you know what, I don't know. It's so hard, you know, you don't want to ruin the whole show, you know what I mean? But there's been many, many moments with people and me just, they want to jump on the stage, and it's like, I know they want to help, you know what I mean? Or they want to give a speech or get people to pit or whatever the fuck it is that they want to do. But I don't need your help, dude. Like, start a band. You want the stage time, Start a fucking band. But and there's all those people are just, they ruin the show for, you think anyone wants to get jumped on 40 fucking times? Like, no way, dude. You know what I mean? Like, it's wild, dude.
That's why bands hire me, so that the band isn't doing it. It's fucking.
Yeah, man. I mean, especially they got no security. You know what I mean?
I'm always like, yeah, it's just their dickhead tour manager. I'm like, sure, I'll be the dickhead tour manager.
Yeah, it's perfect, dude. Yeah, it's crazy.
Dude, like when I was touring with Flag, we would, when like the show would be over, like it'd be like an hour or so after the show when we'd leave. Like realistically, hour and a half maybe.
Yeah.
There would always be like 20, 30 people waiting outside the back door with like stacks of records to get signed.
Of course, yeah.
And I was just like, I would like look out and be like, oh, and I'd be like, hey, we got like 25 people. I'd go out there and I'd be like, look, everyone's gonna sign your shit. Don't be pushy.
Yeah.
Don't be annoyed. You know what I mean? Like, everyone's gonna be fucking nice, and like they all would be nice. But I would come and pull them away. Sometimes I'd be like, yo, we gotta go. You know what I mean? Like when it's time to go.
Yeah, man.
The band's job is to always be like, yo, we'll sign anything you want. We'll hang out. Sure. Oh,
yeah.
We gotta go. It's time to go.
Of course, man. I mean, even someone that, I always thought it was very odd to have to sign a record or, something like that. Like, because it's like, dude, okay, I get it. Some people like that shit. Some people want it or whatever. But, but it does get to a point, Punishers, all these things. Like, I can deal with a Punisher. That's fine. But someone that just blatantly is, like, oblivious to everything going on, you know what I mean? And only wants shit for them and doesn't give a fuck about the rest of the show or the fucking whatever. It's like, dude, you're missing the whole point of this thing, especially in punk rock and, metal and shit. It's like, you missed the whole fucking point, man. But anyway, I want to be very thankful, when we come back. And I don't know, we're starting to talk about stuff maybe in the fall or whatever, but it's like, man, I'm just so excited at the opportunity even, to be able to play again, you know what I mean? It's been really, it's been cool to look forward to,
I possibly have a show the end of May in Arizona.
Wow, yeah.
That's
cool.
Which is like it's supposed to be at like a water park.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
yeah.
It's at a water park. It's at a water park, and the hold on, let me. It's cool. I can give tiny bits of info without giving you.
Yeah.
But it's like. The event will take place on the grounds of blah 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 water park, which will be closed to the public, and the stage will be placed in the wave pool, drained. This will be an all ages event.
In the wave pool?
In the wave pool, but the wave pool is drained.
Whoa, okay. That's wild.
The city has approved an outdoor event at 50% capacity, which would allow for 4,000 to 5,000 at this venue.
Wow, man, that'd be crazy, dude.
Yeah, the end of May.
Yeah, you better get it done in May. It's gonna be 145 fucking degrees by the June. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Get hot in May.
Yeah, it'll be hot out there. Yeah, that's great, man. I mean, it's cool, dude. But it's just gonna take that little. It's gonna take that one event, that one thing to get over the hump. You know what I mean? And you can always be cautious. You know what I mean? And all these things, but. I'm just so excited about the opportunity that could be coming up. You know what I mean? To be able to get back to this shit, dude. It's been really nice.
Yeah. It's a trip. I don't know. It's weird to think of.
Yeah.
Going or what it's gonna be, what's happening.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find this picture of French Canada. I can show you. Here we had to.
Is it a baguette?
Maurice, the baguettes.
It's a picture. It's a picture of some cheese.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you've always heard French dudes are dickheads, but like, well, hey man, some stereotypes are kind of true, right? I mean, it's fucked up.
They really are.
It's fucked up, But yeah, it's wild, dude. I mean, I've never been to France. I've never been to French Canada.
Let me see if I can. I don't know if I should.
There you go.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Kind of see it.
This is a French Canadian dude with a Weezer neck tattoo.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
Figuring out technology.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty wild, man. But yeah, I mean, I saw that you went to a Dodgers game the other day. That was fucking pretty cool,
Yeah,
huh?
went to a Dodgers game. Yeah, that was cool. That was uh that was cool. That was cool, yeah. Got a little drunk. Um I totally like snuck in like a vape pen.
Oh,
You know?
really?
Like, well, I always do every game.
Yeah.
And like the thing is like during the daytime, it's really easy just to like take like little tokes at your
Right.
seat. Because it's daytime, like it's just like kind of like white thin smoke, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you can't really notice it.
Yeah.
Well, I got a little litty and like I was like I got a little rambunctious with it, shall we say.
Mm-hmm.
Then like I took a hit and then like I started like coughing and like
Mm-hmm.
it's everyone's super spaced out too.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks like you weren't in your regular seats, right?
No,
You were
no,
down
no,
pretty low.
no. Like basically, our season seats got refunded until June. In
Mm.
June, kicked back in. So then we just bought like a couple. Like we were offered a chance to buy tickets.
Oh, okay. So
Like
they really space you guys out and all that, huh?
yeah. So but anyways, I'm sitting there and like I hit it and all of a sudden I start coughing, and all of a sudden I look over and I notice like security guards like staring at me and like pointing at me and stuff, and
Oh no.
I'm like, oh hell no! I'm
Yeah.
not gonna be that guy to get kicked out of the game after like a year and a half of being gone. I'm here with my dad and shit, you know, like
Yeah. Oh fuck. They
uh,
didn't. They didn't do nothing though,
they didn't do anything. Thank fucking God.
huh? I know.
I was.
How early into the game is it?
It was like like the sun was down, so it was like the fourth inning. It was
Yeah, but
early enough.
what are you gonna do for another 2 hours, dude?
Fifth inning, yeah, I know.
Fuck.
I know. I was
Oh
thinking.
fuck.
I'm like, okay, like, should I get up? Should I get up and walk to the back and just kind of? I was basically just gonna claim, like, if they came to me, I was gonna be like, look, I had a couple drinks and I fucking didn't realize what I was doing and I accidentally fucking hit it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
just, you know what I mean? Like that was a
Hmm.
pretty honest mistake. You know what
Bro,
I mean?
I went to reach for my beer and I accidentally reached for my fucking hitter.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
Like that fucking turd cop.
I thought it was my taser.
Right, yeah. Fuck, man.
Uh, but so but anyways, but it was cool. It was cool being at the game. Like there was only 15,000 people there. Place holds 55,000. So
Wow. But when you say the word 15,000 people, that feels wild. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
that's
but
a wild number of people to be around. I know there's the space for it out there and all that, but
yeah. And
that's a fucking wild number of people.
outside and everyone's sectioned off. 15,000 people, like there was people seated in the furthest seats away. There's these one seats that are on both sides that are just like they're in the reserve section,
Right.
last seat on the fucking corner top thing.
Wow.
It is like the most insane seats where it's just like you are so far away from the fucking
Like,
game.
why are you even here?
You might even be. I mean, you might be like. I'll bet you're somewhere in the range of like a quarter mile from the dugout.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like really, like
You're
if
basically watching the screen. That's all you
if
can
you
do.
tape measure, you know what I mean? You're just there for the ambiance. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Those seats are probably $15. You know
Right.
what I mean? So,
Yeah.
ain't
Yeah.
nothing.
But yeah, but when you say it though, it's like I know it probably didn't feel like it, but goddamn, man, are they all the restaurants? They're serving food, the whole deal again, or no?
They only had a few restaurants open.
A
Not
few,
all the stuff's open. Like no bars were open.
but you could buy beer.
You can just buy beer.
Yeah.
But they have like bars, and none of the bars are open.
Yeah. Well, that's cool, man. I mean, what a fucking cool deal, It's
Yeah. I'm going again in a week and a half. Next
Mhm.
or going like yeah, a week and a half,
Mhm.
and then I'm going to flip in Milwaukee
Oh, really?
April 30th. We're going to Milwaukee and then in Chicago till like May 4th.
Tour?
We're gonna go watch. We're gonna go watch the Dodgers play in Milwaukee.
Oh, wow. Cool, man.
Yeah,
Nice. That's
yeah.
rad, man.
There's like a what's the word for it? Like a travel, they're like soccer. In soccer, they're called supporters. It's like a support club,
Okay.
but it's just like a bunch of fans that like get all crazy. And there's this one out here called Pantone 294.
Okay.
And Pantone 294 is the color of Dodger blue.
Oh, it's Pantone Blue?
Pantone blue, yeah.
Okay.
Pantone number 294 is Dodger blue.
Okay.
But anyway, it's so basically what they did is they bought 10 suites in Milwaukee.
Oh, wow.
So they're a traveling team. So it's like they put together like these, like,
Trips.
buy tickets through, like you can buy plane tickets through them. You can buy so like everybody flies on the same flight.
Wow.
You know what I mean? It's like they do a whole thing. I don't do it like that. I just go to the games. But I've been to a few games with them, and it's badass.
That's cool, man.
Like I went to a game in San Diego, and we rolled like 5,000 deep. And
Wow.
they bought one whole section, 5,000 fucking Dodger fans.
Rad, dude.
And they bring this like gigantic, like 100-foot Dodger flag, and they just fucking shake it whatever section they're in. It just,
nice.
Like, and then they crowd surf the flag. So the
nice.
Like cruising around all the people and shit.
That's cool, man. Wow, that'll be a fucking cool little trip, you know?
Yeah. Taking Parker too. So
nice.
His first like trip like that.
Yeah, that's great, man. I mean, like I said, it's cool to see that shit opening up, especially to be able to, chase your team like that a little bit. I'm sure the shit in Milwaukee is probably a little more open, right? I mean,
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's just cheaper. Like basically, the tickets that the price of the tickets that I paid for the other day, we're getting a suite for that.
Yeah, that's amazing, man.
You know.
Fuck yeah, dude.
And you get like food and booze comes with it. So,
That's crazy, man. Yeah, dude. Well, good deal, man. I mean, the kids are back in school. My kids started full time again, or basically, and
my kid high school starts tomorrow. It's Parker's first day of high school tomorrow.
Again, yeah, right.
No, it's his first day. Oh well.
Oh, period, huh?
Yeah, because he hasn't gone.
That's right.
9th grade.
Damn,
so, dude. I'm like, you lucked out, man.
Yeah, he missed the worst year.
Because and also like nobody owns that school right now. You know what I mean? There's no senior. You know what I mean? It's like everybody's been on for a year.
And everyone's gonna feel weird and kind of stoked for being back.
Everyone's gonna be weirded out. Everyone's gonna be just like,
Yeah.
Like you might have an easy couple of months.
Yeah, man, that's good. I think generally, my daughter was middle school, and they're doing the 2-day-a-week thing for a week or two, and then they're going back full time. My boy went back full time, and I mean they fucking they haven't been around a lot of people. I mean besides us and shit. Like they fucking came back beaming, dude. You know what I mean? Like even though it was kind of weird or whatever, and they didn't get to see all their friends, like. They were so fucking stoked, man. We all know it's important, for those years, for the kids, but to be around people that aren't you and all this stuff. But it's cool because I think everyone's going to come back and feel like, fuck, so you hope. But also, day one, school shootings are back. You know what I mean? Fucking all this bullshit, you know what I mean?
Was there a school shooting today?
Yeah, no, yesterday and Alabama or something, or Tennessee. It might have been Tennessee. Fucking some motherfucker shot some people. I don't know the details, but you just automatically fucking start hearing about it. You know what I mean? It's like, god damn, man.
Yeah.
It really makes you like, that's a bummer. You know what I mean? On top of everything else going on, you got to worry about some motherfucker coming into the school. It's like, I don't know. I don't know what you can even do about it, man.
This is why I'm excited for the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Because it's fucking this is why I watch baseball. This is why I get into baseball. Because life is just too fucking gnarly sometimes.
Yeah, man.
I need like a skate. You know what I mean? Like it's fucking like there's been like a shooting a day, I feel.
Right.
A shooting
Yeah,
or two
I mean, always. I
a
mean,
day.
especially, fucking America's back, baby. We got fucking, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? We got cops killing people. We got fucking school shootings again. It's fucking, we're back. We're back to business, dude. It's fucking, it is what it is.
Fucking,
It's a shit show. I mean, I can't believe the details of that shooting. The
oh yeah.
Dwayne. Oh my God, I'm gonna
I
butcher this.
watched the news conference.
Daunte Wright.
I watched the news conference yesterday with the mayor and the police chief.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's a shitty situation. I mean, it's sadly it's not going to change
Well,
for any
I mean, fuck, you
better.
saw the
It's not going to.
crazy
But the
shit that
thing is,
happened.
it's it's uh it's defeating though that it keeps happening, and it's
Yeah, man.
defeating that it's a constant dialogue
Yeah,
because
man.
it's always happening.
It is always happening, and that's a weird one too, because to make that kind of mistake is, to me, so wild, dude. I mean, to pull the wrong weapon out of the wrong side of your, it really, and I'm sure that chick's gonna hate herself forever. You know what I mean? Like, it really wasn't a case
Resigned. She
that,
resigned today.
yeah, I mean, and she should. She's not fit to be an officer. But someone posted something that was like, if a surgeon pulled out a fucking scalpel instead of a fucking, a forceps and killed someone, you'd be in fucking jail. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, that's like such a ridiculous, and it really does speak to another issue for me that, as much as everyone, defund the police and all this shit, and, I feel half and half about some certain things, but really, man, like, a lot of these guys are under fucking trained, man. Like, there's not competent background checks. There's not fucking enough training. You know what I mean? I've done some training with police officers, and I mean, dude, I heard some fucking horror stories. You know what I mean? Like, in dealing with some of the people I've talked to, and just how much, there's all these like stipulations and things that get put on you, but the inadequate training is like fucking number one on every cop's list of things that are wrong. You know what I mean? Like, being put into positions and situations that you're not ready for. That, you know what I mean? Like, it's wild, man. Like, you know.
Well, I think I think the the more the more problem to be looked at is the fact that this only happens to black people.
Yeah,
This
I mean,
doesn't happen to white people. This has nothing really even to do with. This has more of just an American issue, and this is why I say, sadly, it's not going to get any better because I thought we were onto something 25 years ago when I was fucking like young and much more idealistic,
hmm
you know. And it's disheartening to think that we're here. Like
yeah, we
yes,
haven't come
like
that far.
2 days ago, fucking some 20-year-old kids trying to run, and all that anyone fucking says now is like, well, he shouldn't be trying to run. He shouldn't be this and that. He shouldn't be getting fucking shot for fucking being detained for like
Over
he shouldn't be like
realistically, what was the traffic by? It was like, I
yeah.
mean, I don't
I
know
don't
what it
even
was. It was
I
something
don't
about air fresheners.
see. I
You
don't
know what
even
I mean?
know.
Like,
That's the thing though. If if it was a white kid, they would not have fucking reached for anything.
right, right. That guy could have probably
Wouldn't have
jumped out
even
of the
fucking
car, ran at him. You know what I
yeah
mean?
yeah yeah
Yeah,
yeah.
it's and why, I don't know why the police. Obviously, I'm sure they train in de-escalation and all these things, but it's the real hard fact is that it's not enough, and it's fucking not. These people aren't weeded out properly. You know what I mean? You don't see that shit. obviously there's shit in the military and stuff that happens, but
You know what?
you don't see it when you have the proper adequate training for shit like this. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
And it's fun. I mean, even watching I can't remember the guy's name, but he's a black fucking medic. For the army. Did you see that video? That dude, he's getting in a traffic violation. He's getting pepper sprayed in his fucking face. He's telling the cop that, oh, I'm scared, and the cop's going, you fucking should be, motherfucker. And it's like, dude, what are you supposed to do at that point? You know what I mean? Like,
Right,
this
exactly.
guy
Well,
serves our country. You're like, what the
that's what
fuck,
I'm saying.
man?
It's never. It's gonna be. It's an issue that's not going away because this is taught kids. I think kids become fucking grown-ups and they become fucking asshole cops.
Yeah.
And this is what happens.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's. I mean, obviously, there's a shitload of racism in the world, especially here, against black people. But is it fear? You know what I mean? Is it fear that leads to fucking panic, that leads to hate? Is it really just? Do you really think that all black people are committing crimes? Like, I don't know. I'm sure that shit where it goes back and forth, but
It's
it's
just
fucked,
typical. It's the typical fear campaign of fear what you don't know. Like, you know what I mean? Don't go to that part of town. I wouldn't go over there. It's like I've walked down the craziest of crazy streets, I've been told. I've ever felt fucking like, I wouldn't say I've never felt fear walking down a street that something was going to go down. But I never felt that I couldn't handle myself if a situation arose.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or like I would be like, I would look it down the street and go like, no, that is a sketchy street.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go down that one. But not every sketch. You know what I mean? There's so many people that say shit is sketchy that is just completely not sketchy.
Well, that is true.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I remember when I moved to Ventura, and people showed me Ventura. People showed me Ventura ghettos, and I was just like,
"That's nice." Yeah.
I'm like, this is the fucking.
Have you been over to the east side of Lancaster? Yeah.
This is the fucking bad part of town.
Yeah.
But that's a thing that's constantly going on forever, and it'll always go on because that's what people do. People stoke fear on what they don't know. And instead of trying to, for some reason, people would rather, instead of learning of something and trying to understand it and trying to go like, oh, why do these people think like this? Or instead of just going like, oh, do you know what? They do that? That's cool with them. I'm glad they do that over there. I do this over here. But instead, people fucking discover something that someone else is doing, and they just completely try to destroy it because they're not doing it. So since they're not doing it, it must be bad. And that's whether you're a different skin color, whether you live in a different country, whether you live in a different part of town, whether you live
religion,
your religion, whether you live on this side of the tracks or that side of the tracks. You know what I mean? Like, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
And that with what a cesspool we are, what a cesspool of shit this fucking world is right now, with just like the internet and how life is, it's just like we are just money machines right now. You know what I mean? Like, with how this all is, I don't see it getting any better.
I mean, yeah, you hope. Obviously, when you step way back and you see where we were to where we are now, there are things that are better. You know what I mean? But I think it speaks a lot to the fact that me and you have been around this place. We've seen what real poverty looks like. We've been in bad areas. We've come there, but not as a threat or anything else. We're just there being us, doing what we're doing. But me and you have been in positions in neighborhoods or towns that normal fucking people would be like, no, why? Well, I'll never go over there. But when you have a town that's like so divided that, oh, we don't go there, that starts the whole entire fucking ball rolling of, we don't go there. Why? Because those people are fucking animals and you'll get shot. And the hard reality is, no, you probably won't. You know what I mean? Like, they might wonder what the fuck you're doing there. But as punks, who have probably helped gentrify neighborhoods. You know what I mean? Like the
Wait,
punks
yeah,
are the great gentrifiers, dude.
I opened a vegan restaurant in a fucking restaurant. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but but I'm just saying, like, we moved into bad neighborhoods and made them okay to live in because we weren't a threat. We're not a fucking, you know what I mean? Like, you live in some neighborhoods in Lancaster, us living in our bad neighborhoods here in Ventura. You know what I mean? But like, we've seen things, and a lot of people, especially some cops, man, they don't. The only time they go on that side of town is to patrol. They have no relationship. They have no contacts. They have no fucking context for the neighborhood. All they know is that this is a terrible neighborhood, and every time I go here, I might fucking die. And that's what they're told. Maybe there's some numbers that back that up. I don't fucking know. But when you treat everything like a fucking, when you have a hammer, everything becomes a nail. You know what I mean? And I don't know how you get past that, dude, besides the fact that you spend time in the community. Like there used to be community policing. There used to be, the cops were policemen in the communities that they lived in. Now they crisscross you. They send you fucking. You live in Santa Clarita. You work in
But the
LA.
thing is, but policing in principle is oppression. Like
Yeah, you could argue it, I guess.
no,
Yeah.
there's never there's never been a full blown police force that represents everybody. It's
No.
always represented the ruling white class.
Yeah. I mean, that is a hard reality for sure.
You know,
I mean, yeah.
and it's like no matter what level of community police. I mean, you know, you know, the most community policing I've ever seen is in New York City, and that's fucking dog shit.
Yeah. They had to stop and frisk. That was their community
Yeah,
policing, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I mean, I guess policing is a bad word, but you,
so,
you know,
so you know what? So you know what that kid got pulled over for? I looked it up.
I heard it was over too many air fresheners in his rearview mirror, but I don't know.
He had expired plates
Okay.
and air freshener. Air freshener in his car. Hanging in his rearview mirror.
How is that a
Like,
thing? I mean, expired plates, I understand.
It is a thing. It's like front window tint in
Right.
California.
Yeah.
You can't have your front windows tinted in California.
Yeah, of course. And they can pull you over and fuck with you over it. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? But it's a, you know what I mean? Like it's a like the kid fucking like why is he gonna get tased even?
Right.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Kid's fucking 20 years old. He's fucking probably got, understand that he's fucking a young fucking kid.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, imagine.
Why did it even have to go there?
I mean, granted, lots of people have made decisions at 20 that have affected the rest of their life, but imagine making a decision at 20 years old and, like, getting shot over it, and it turns out to be nothing.
Yeah, he died for nothing. Literally for
Right,
nothing.
for nothing.
You know what I mean? Like, how could it, even if he did run, you got the plates. You know what I mean? It's not like you fucking, you know what I mean? It's like, look up the address. You go to the house. You fucking deal with it or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why it has to go there all the time, but besides the fact that, the things we've already touched on, just, it's fucked, man. It's just so fucked, And then all the outcry, all the fucking things, even a settlement, none of that makes it right,
Yeah, and a white kid, would not have gotten shot.
You're right. I mean, yeah, very unlikely.
The police get away with murder, and that's just the way it is. I mean, sadly,
they get away with fucking everything, dude. I mean, there is a code of silence, you know what I mean?
Sovereign citizens,
Right.
And they fucking like it. So,
I mean, I just read an article today about let me pull it up real quick. A fucking the Boston Police Union president has been a known fucking child molester. Let me see if I can find it, but he's been a known child molester since the mid 90s. And they fucking covered it up the whole time. You know what I mean? Like, it's just so fucking wild. Like, where, all the people that, no one fucking, that's the most disgusting shit on earth. But to be a known fucking child molester, you know what I mean? Like, and them make moves to actually cover it up and silence it. And it wasn't until someone finally just fucking spoke out again that it actually held some ground. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck, man? I mean, same thing with the Catholic Church, same thing with it, all these fucking people. But I just don't, it's just so wild that the one glimpse of hope of this country coming back to some sort of normalcy, and these are the first things that rear their heads. You know what I mean? Or maybe they're the first things that are just being fed to us. I don't fucking know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Cops are fucking beautiful.
Something else. It's something else. Show them the lip, John. Show them the lip. Oh.
Cops are beautiful.
Yeah, it's wild, man. I mean, it's such a shitty conversation. I mean, how many times, and no amount of protesting, no amount of fucking violence, no amount of fucking revolution seems to change it, dude.
It's not gonna change. You know what I mean? Like.
So what do you do? Like, what do you do? You know what I mean?
Move to New Zealand.
I guess, huh? Yeah.
I would totally move to New Zealand. Sight unseen.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you've seen it. Lord of the Rings. I mean, that's pretty much all of it, right?
Dude, I would go live there. I would leave the country if my family would redo it.
It's hard. I would actually. I think Australia would be pretty cool, dude.
Australia's a little. I don't know about that.
No.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Australia could be cool. I think it's just expensive.
Well, I mean, everything's expensive. It can't be more expensive than New York or L.A.
Go to like. Well, no, we'll go somewhere like. I mean, Europe. Europe and the Middle East is big, bro.
Yeah. I'm gonna go to Middle East. That sounds like a really good. That sounds like a great spot, dude.
Go.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, dude, let's go.
Right now, I got a place.
Hey, we can go buy some poppy fields. You know what I mean? Really make some fucking moves out there.
In the 80s.
In the 80s, dog.
80s, dog.
That's funny, man. Yeah, it's just even, with the hope of everything coming back, you know what I mean? You're like, God damn, man. And then, hey, so have you seen this? Have you seen the monkey about the Neuralink shit that Elon Musk is doing? I know I've talked to you about it a little bit.
I do not subscribe.
Okay. So Elon Musk has created this fucking Neuralink thing.
I've seen the memes.
Now I'll show the video. I'll share it here in a sec. But basically, they put a Neuralink chip and they're tiny little chips. You know what I mean? Incisions. And I'll show you the video right now. Let me pull it up. But they fucking got a monkey to play pong with his mind. He's moving the paddles. It is fucking wild, dude. I was tripping. I was like, this is Planet of the Apes. We're on, dude. Like, we're on it. We're going, dude. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Yeah? Watch this, dude.
He's a 9-year-old macaque who had a Neuralink placed in each side of his brain about 6 weeks ago. If you look carefully, you can see that the fur on his head hasn't quite fully grown back yet. He's learned to interact with a computer for a tasty banana smoothie delivered through a straw. We can interact with the Neuralinks simply by pairing them to an iPhone, just as you might pair your phone to a Bluetooth speaker. The links record from more than 2,000 electrodes implanted in the regions of Page's motor cortex that coordinate hand and arm movements. Neurons in this region modulate their activity with intended hand movement. For example, some might become more active when he moves his hand up, and others when he moves it to the right. By recording from many neurons and feeding their activity into a decoder algorithm, we are able to predict Page's intended hand movements in real time. First, we calibrate the decoder by recording neural activity as Pager uses the joystick to move a cursor to targets presented on the screen. As he's playing this game, we're wirelessly streaming, in real time, the firing rates from thousands of neurons to a computer.
Dude.
Using these data, we calibrate the decoder by mathematically modeling the relationship between patterns of neural activity and the different joystick movements they produce. After only a few minutes of calibration, we can use the output from the decoder to move the cursor instead of the joystick.
See how it's unplugged?
Paige still moves the joystick out of habit, but as you can see, it's unplugged. He's controlling the cursor entirely with decoded neural activity. Our goal is to enable a person with paralysis to use a computer or phone with their brain activity alone. Because they wouldn't be able to move a joystick, they would calibrate the decoder by imagining hand movements to targets. One of the things the Neuralinks allow Pager to do is to play his favorite video game, Pong. To control his paddle, on the right side of the screen, Pager simply thinks about moving his hand up or down. We've removed the joystick altogether. Now that he's up to speed, let's increase the difficulty and see how well Pager can play with the Neuralink.
Holy
As you can see, Pager is amazingly good at Mind Pong. He's focused, and he's playing entirely of his own volition. It's not magic. The reason Neuralink works is because it's recording and decoding electrical signals from the brain. Great game, Pager. And
oh
what better
my
reward
god,
for a monkey
dude.
than a banana?
What the fuck, man? That is wild. I mean,
That was above my pay grade.
what the fuck, man? I mean, they should have named him Caesar, right? That's a bad name. I mean, holy shit, man. Like, you know, if they can get that with someone with paralysis or someone that can't move, or, you know, like, we're probably take 10 fucking years from not touching your phone anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck, man? That is why it blew my goddamn mind today. I could not fucking wrap my head around it, you know, and you know, and then they're just like, yeah, well, you know, this is it. Like, okay, I guess this is where we are now. You know, we can't get fucking black guys to stop shooting clops, but this guy's over here getting a monkey to play Pong. Elon, can you shift your gears to something else, maybe? You know what I mean? Like, can you use the algorithm over here? That'd be fucking killer.
Yeah, right. Society, man, that's what I'm saying.
Wild.
We're fucked forever.
The smartest we've ever been and the dumbest we've ever been, man.
Who would have thought that the glory days would have been the 80s?
Were the glory days the 80s?
I mean, if you kind of look back at what life is and how fucking mellow shit. I mean, again, I'm not saying everything in the 80s, but like when you look at the American dream, I guess
I think it might have been the last time it was achievable.
Because everybody sold the American dream.
Oh, yeah.
You're born after the 50s, you were sold the American dream.
Yeah.
And I feel like the 80s was the last time that it was like, this is what you fucking want. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It was that cookie cutter fucking life.
Yeah. Well, and it was achievable. You could buy a house for a reasonable amount of money. You could actually make a living wage and work off one family, one single person working.
Yeah.
You know,
the 90s, like, it was like, oh shit, like, it's when people started figuring out ways to fuck the system.
Yeah.
And then by the 2000s, it was being fucked.
It's crazy, dude.
It was being fucked, and then you know what I mean. So like the 80s were the heyday.
I mean, we're just gonna revert. Like literally, I think that we're gonna look back and look at Ready Player One, and be like, wow, that's really it, dude.
I thought that when we saw that movie, I'm like,
this is real, dude. Yeah. This is fucking real, you know. And even like I watched Elon on Rogan. He was on not too long ago, and Rogan kind of asked him like, hey man, like, do you think about where this shit can go? Like he asked him about Neuralink and all this stuff, and he's like, yeah, you know, he's all obviously, man, like I want to better the world, all these things. That's why I want to go to Mars. I don't think the species is going to survive here. You know, he's such a future thinker. It's wild, you know. But he literally goes, but I was playing that 2077 Cyberpunk game the other day, and I thought I might have fucked up. It's like literally what he said. I was like, oh, come on, man, like. son of a bitch, you know, we're just gonna be biohacking fucking weapons into each other and shit, you know what I mean? Like, oh my
I don't
god.
see the thing is like I don't think we're ever gonna get to that point because I think everything will fucking fail.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Well, what if
I
if we
think
leave the
I think
planet? Who fucking knows?
I think there'll be catastrophic failures of like grids and all
Yeah,
that bullshit. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like look at what happened to Texas with a storm and like give it 20, 30 years, people are going to be attacking grid.
Oh, there already are, dude. I mean, that
I mean,
massive Chinese hack and
but
then Russian hack that just happened the other day or a couple weeks
but
ago.
like it'll fucking be like it'll be like what's going on today? The Russians hacked. You know what I mean?
We
Like
got no power.
that's what
Yeah,
it's going to get to. It's going to get to that point. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
dude. I don't know.
I feel like that's
Yeah.
more close
I
or
don't know. It's so American to always have a feeling of apocalypse on the horizon. I don't. It's like I've always grown up with it. You know what I mean? But you
yeah.
know, and then I realized that like it doesn't even matter because you know you saw what people did in the pandemic. They ran and bought toilet paper. No one stocked up on. I mean, people stocked up on water, but like you know, food and water wasn't a priority. It was for some reason toilet paper and fucking whatever. You know what I mean? It was like we're not ready, dude. Like, and we're going to Yellowstone in July.
Yeah.
We're doing a trip, and I'm so excited to see that whole place, dude. I want to see some fucking buffalo. I'm just so excited, dude. I'm more excited than if for any trip I've ever been on. And I thought, man, that'd be a perfect time for that volcano to erupt. You know, if that thing goes, I want to be right there, dude. I want to be at the fucking bottom of Pompeii. You know what I mean? Just watching it. I don't want to choke to death in ash. I'd rather just fucking, you know, watch it all. You know. It's like, but that's like, it's wild. That's where my mind goes. Like, after I want to see buffalo and bison and fucking wolves, I also want to be there when the volcano explodes. It's fucking ridiculous, man. You know. I don't know. I don't know. Get
Volcano.
heavy podcast, you know? Fuck.
Get heavy. Get heavy. Get
Yeah,
fucking
that's right, man. So let's fatty vegans brunching right now. You guys are gonna start getting DJs,
Sundays. Sunday. Come
new
to
hours, right?
yeah, we have new hours at Fatty Vegan 805 on the Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah, man. Check out the merch. GetHeavyPodcast.bigcartel.com. Check out the fucking Patreon. All these episodes are going to be up earlier. Like I said in the Instagram post, we are going to be releasing these on Thursdays now, audio and video. Wednesdays are a tough day for me to get everything together. I'm always rushing. And yeah, man. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Dude, I totally have video and pictures from that night in Quebec City.
Oh yeah, let's see them.
I'll post it. Well, I'll post them on the social media.
Oh, there you go. Okay, cool, man. All right, let's get the fuck out of here.